Hello everyone, I'm Mike DeAngelo with That's Entertainment, and this is your video review of Muramasa, the Demon Blade, by Ware. Good third-party Wii software is hard to come by. It seems that most developers who release content on the Wii are only interested in making a quick buck, so they put out minigame compilations or lackluster shovelware. It's not often that something not made by Nintendo rises up above the rest, but Ware is certainly willing to give it a go. The developer is known for several highly regarded past titles, such as Grim Grimoire and Odin Sphere. For their next game, they wanted to make one that took the success of past titles and built on them. And from all their hard work, Muramasa the Demon Blade was created. Does Muramasa fare well enough on its own, or does it rely on the achievements of the past? Keep watching to find out. With a very East Asian feel, Muramasa might not be for everyone. The game takes place in feudal Japan, and most of the enemies and locales have the Eastern feel. You play as one of two skilled fighters. Kasuki is a detested ninja who has lost his memories and is piecing it back together. Mohohime is a possessed princess who is trying to kill an evil god and recollect her soul. In the shoes of either of these two warriors, you travel through an assortment of areas to collect demon blades, which open up new paths to more powerful enemies who carry more demon blades. Throughout the game, the two stories intertwine and overlap, but you won't know the whole tale unless you play as both characters. Muramasa is set up as a platformer, but it has role-playing elements. You gain experience from your kills, collect items, and forge weaponry. While your character gains more health as you level up, and your damage increases, the enemies scale with you, never allowing you to climb too high above. Weapons each have their own abilities, and unlocking them can be fun and challenging. The game is a bit of a button masher. Combat is a mostly mindless affair, and you probably won't get into too much trouble unless all of your swords break, and you're fighting off your enemies with a stumped blade. They do repair over time though, so after a while they'll be as good as new. When groups of weaker enemies attack, it can be kind of engaging, but it's when you fight the bosses that you really start to get a feel for the challenge of the game. Some bosses have you fighting a battle of attrition, seeing if you can outlast them while they persevere. But all of them are fun to take on. Now we hit on Muramasa's finest point, its presentation. The graphics of this game are among the finest of the Wii's entire catalog. The backgrounds have a vibrant, living watercolor feel to them, whether they're lush hills or crafted walls. And the special effects of the swords also lend themselves well to the title. Ware detailed this game to death as far as the visuals go, and it shows. The sound can be hit or miss. While the music can be enjoyed by just about everyone, the voice work can be a little disappointing. The entire game is spoken in Japanese and dubbed in English. Some people won't mind this, but I feel that it would have been more enjoyable if I could have understood the character's motivation better without reading it. It definitely sounds like Japan got the better deal here. With multiple difficulties, endings, and weapons for each character, it seems that Muramasa has enough content to sate any gaming appetite. But when you consider that Ware also included several challenge dungeons to appease the player, the game becomes even more appealing. Certain difficulties and endings can only be unlocked when you've beaten the game, so to complete this game fully you could find yourself wasting away a lot of your time. Ware takes its strength from previous games, like its beautiful exterior, and doesn't linger too long on its weaknesses. While the gameplay is repetitious and the storyline isn't anything new and exciting, the game still has an addictive quality to it. You always want to see the next boss or craft the newest sword. Ware didn't reinvent the wheel, but Muramasa the Demon Blade is still a much appreciated reprieve from the droves of drivel in the Wii library. That's Entertainment awards Muramasa the Demon Blade a score of 8 out of 10. You play as Kasuki or Mohohime? Mohohime!